This is why your hair keeps breaking off. Hey guys, it's Musha and welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about why your hair keeps breaking off, and I'm going to be giving you some tips on how you can fix it. Okay, fix it, Jesus. Fix it. Alright, so before we get into the video, be sure to subscribe to my channel and make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and yeah, keep on watching. Okay, so obviously you might be complaining about your hair that it keeps breaking off, and you're wondering why. There are so many things that could be causing your hair to be breaking off. First of all, let's go back to basics. How are you handling your hair? I always ask this question because I always get people asking me, my hair is breaking, and I always ask this question because I need to know what your state, how you deal with your hair. I always like to do a background check on you and then find out what is going on. So how are you handling your hair? First of all, what do you do to your hair on a daily basis? Those are the things that can contribute to your hair breaking off every single time. How are you handling your hair? Again, are you using a tiny comb to comb your hair? Are you being rough with your hair? Are you just not caring when you go to bed? Do you just not moisturize your hair at all and it's just being left to be dry and break off? So yeah, those things can cause breakage to your hair. So number one, if you're not moisturizing your hair will be very dry, and our natural hair is very prone to breakage, especially when it's not moisturized. Number two, your handling and care for your hair. The way you handle your hair determines how much of the hair you get to keep, because I know some people, when they take out their cornrows or whatever protective style they had, they just grab the afro comb and just yank the hair out, just comb it out. No honey, don't do that, because fair enough, this is an afro comb, yes, it's meant for our hair, but you still have to use it with caution. Just because our hair feels hard to the touch doesn't mean we have to treat it roughly like that and just comb it out. Because I see some people doing that and I'm just like, ooh, I actually feel the pain for the hair for that person. And you then, when you do that, you end up complaining that, your hair is hard to comb. Yeah, no, you need to moisturize your hair first of all. You need to put some oil, some moisturizing conditioners, moisturizing lotion, and then begin to finger detangle first of all, and then use a comb. And even when you use a comb, you have to start from the tip of your hair and then work your way up to the roots of your hair. You don't just start from the bottom and then go up like that, because your hair is naturally coily and curly. So when you're trying to put a comb through, you're disrupting the natural curl pattern. Number three, are you protecting your hair when you go to sleep? Do you just go to sleep without giving a care in the world? I did a poll on Instagram asking people if they always wear a bonnet to go to sleep, and most people actually surprisingly said no. And even those who are on a healthy hair journey, and I was like, what? I get anxiety if I don't put on a bonnet to sleep or something to cover my head. I just don't feel comfortable. I can't sleep. If I'm wearing a bonnet and it falls off during the night, I'm gonna wake up and put it back on, because I've never woken up in the morning and found that my bonnet was off of my head. No, I actually wake up when I feel that it's off of my head. That's how bad it is for me. I have to put something on my head. I think I'm just I've gotten used to it as over the years. I can't not sleep with you know, a bonnet on my head unless I don't have anything. Even if I don't have anything, there was this one time when I forgot my bonnet and I was staying at somebody else's house. Guess what I did? Inside my coat there's like a silk lining. I grabbed my coat, I put it on over the pillow, and I slept on that because I was not going to sleep with no satin, you know, bonnet or pillowcase. And anyway, so going off topic, make sure you're wearing a bonnet on your head, because when you're sleeping on cotton pillow, what it does is that your hair is going to be rubbing against the pillow, and pillows, you know, cotton is a bit rough. And if you've ever wondered why when you wake up in the morning you find that there's strands of hair on your pillow, on your bed, because your hair has been breaking off during the night while you turn and, you know, while you're sleeping, tossing and turning. So make sure you're wearing one of those. If you don't want to wear something on your head, if you feel like it's uncomfortable for you, just grab a satin pillow, buy a satin pillow and use that instead, so you don't have to wear anything on your head. But even still, I feel like if you want to cover your head with a blanket, then there's no point, because your blanket is just gonna be rubbing on your hair as well, because if that's, unless it's silk as well. So make sure you're protecting your hair when you sleep. Number 4, using too much heat on your hair can also be a potential contributor to, not even a potential, it is a contributor to breakage of your hair. Because if you're using too much heat on your hair, again, it's going to break your hair off, because our hair is not, you know, you can straighten your hair, you can use heat on your hair, but in moderation. Again, everything, like everything else, you need to do things in moderation. If you're just gonna be blowing your hair every single time and straightening it every single time, you know, that's going to just, your hair is just gonna fall off. Your hair is going to fall off, and yeah. So make sure if you're going to straighten your hair, like, give your hair some time to breathe before you run another flat iron straightener on your hair. I've seen people straightening their hair, they add a bunch of oils to their hair and then they run a straightener on it, and then you can see like smoke coming out of it. I'm like, you're literally frying your hair. And I'm like, bruh. Yeah, seeing those things, that's why I don't trust anybody to touch my hair with straighteners on my head. Like, no. But yeah, so straightening your hair can cause breakage. Using too much heat, like even a blow dryer, can cause breakage as well. And depending on how you're using the blow dryer as well, if you're like using the tension method, that reduces the amount of breakage that you get. But if you're combing out with a comb, using a comb and then going like that, that's like just asking for more trouble. That is not the way to go about. I know, I've been there, I used to do that. That was me at some point before I learned the best way to do it. Number 5, dyeing your hair. Okay, so dyeing your hair can also cause breakage. I know there are people out there who have hair that's dyed and it's flourishing, but you know, those people look after their hair. They take care of their hair, because they know, like, when you dye your hair, okay, when you dye your hair, you're breaking the natural protein bonds in your hair, and your hair is going to lose some of its, you know, naturalness, and it's no longer going to be virgin hair. It's going to lose, you know, it's going to lose some of its protective bonds and proteins. And so sometimes, if you've ever seen some people when they dye their hair, the texture actually becomes looser and it becomes more porous. So you will have a high porosity hair because you've changed the structure of your hair. And so you need to take good care of it, like extra care. You need to be on top of your deep conditioner. Your moisturizing game has to be on point, and that is one of the reasons I haven't thought about dyeing my hair, because I know how much work goes into it, and I'm a lazy natural. So no. Maybe in the future, but right now, not for me. I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm not trying to deal with breakage. I just want to deal with my hair right now. I just want to grow it. I don't want to be focusing onto it like extra. I just want to do the regular things that I do, because I know when I dye my hair I'm going to have to do a lot more to my hair. I have a child to look after, and then my hair, that's a lot of things to do. Leaving your hair in a protective style for too long and then not knowing how to handle your hair afterwards. I know I've done that before. I've left my hair in a protective style, but only because I know how to, you know, take care of my hair afterwards. Some people will leave their hair in a protective style and then they will yank their hair out once they take out the braids or cornrows or whatever. They will just like start combing out, or you know, go straight into washing the hair, and then the hair gets tangled up and then it breaks off. So just all that handling hair all the time contributes to breakage of your hair as well. So which brings me to another thing, is constant manipulation of your hair causes breakage. Again, I'm sure you already know this, but hand in hair syndrome, touching your hair constantly, braiding, braid outs. You know, 1 minute you do this style, changing styles every single time. 1 minute you do this style, the next you do this, the next you do that. You don't give your hair a break to breathe. Constantly dealing with your hair on a daily basis can cause breakage, and it does cause breakage. So make sure you're not overdoing it with your hair. Give your hair a break. Our hair thrives when it's left alone, not when you're constantly in it, touching it, looking, checking what, you know, just doing the most with your hair. Yeah, so make sure that you leave your hair alone. Okay guys, that is all from me, and I really hope that you learned something, and let me know if you have any habits that you do that I've just mentioned in this video. Do you have hand in hair syndrome? Are you always wanting to touch your hair? Because I know right now my hair is out. I'm just going to be like trying to touch my hair all the time. I was worse when I first went natural. I just wanted to feel my texture, just wanted to feel my coils. It was just amazing to feel that all the time, but then that can cause breakage, and it also steals moisture from your hair, because it'll be transferring to your hands away from your hair, transfers the oils or whatever moisture to away from your hair. You're gonna make your hair dry again. So that is all from me. Again, I hope you enjoyed that video, and let me know in the comment section below what's one of your habits from the video that I've just mentioned. If you've learned something from this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if it's your first time here. Make sure you hit the notification bell, because sometimes you won't get to see my videos because you haven't hit the notification bell. So make sure you're hitting that bell. For those of you who are already subscribed, hit the bell so that you can be notified. My notification gang, where you at? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye guys.